So if you're thinking of moving to Arlington, Virginia, and your budget falls between $500,000 to $600,000, you're going to want to know what you can get in that price range. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do with this video, and show you 4 different homes in the $500,000 to $600,000 price range. We'll take you through some neighborhoods so you can see what falls in line with your budget. You'll definitely want to stick around because we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to know everything about living in Arlington, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Arlington, Virginia. Hi, my name is Casey O'Neill with Compass. We routinely get calls and emails from people just like you who are looking for help with making their move to Arlington, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of the information is in the description below, so we can help you make a smooth move to Arlington, Virginia. We're at Towers Park in the Penrose neighborhood in Arlington. It features a playground, plus tennis, basketball, and volleyball courts, a community garden, and a dog park. It's one of the many parks in Arlington County, and a desirable amenity of living in the area. It's right off Columbia Pike. It's about 2 miles away from the Pentagon and National Landing, the location for Amazon.com's HQ2 headquarters in Crystal City. You're in for a treat, since we'll be taking you around to see 4 different homes in the $500,000 to $600,000 range in 22204. If that's in your zone, or you're just curious, this is going to be a great video for you. And with that, let's check out the park, and then we can go look at our first property. So behind me is a little pavilion with picnic areas, and then we have the tot lot. And I don't know if you can see it from here. I'll walk up a little closer. So we've got the tot lot, we've got some basketball courts. Let's walk down to the tennis area. So here's the Towers Park Dog Park. And we've got the backdrop for tennis over here. Go over and check out the courts. So it's a winter day, but there's some guys out there in shorts playing tennis. There's 4 tennis courts here, so it's a pretty ample opportunity. Got more volleyball court. And there's some picnic areas. And you've got plenty of parking as well. The county's doing a little bit of construction work on the sidewalk over there. The county, by the way, is great at maintaining the infrastructure in Arlington. So it's very well maintained. Well, let's head out to the first property. I'll meet you there in a second. We're here at our first property, 973 South Rolfe Street. We're in West Hampton Mews. It's a condo project built in 1979. There's 71 units, and they're pretty much all the same. This is what's called a stacked condominium unit development. It's 2 levels on top of 2 levels. So they're built really solid, all brick with masonry walls in the middle, the partition walls. These units are about 1,584 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. The condo fee on this is $450 a month. So it's not a bad little place. They're built really well, and so as you can see, you've got the parking lot. And so looking at the unit in back of us here, you've got the upper level has a balcony and the lower level has a patio. So depending upon people's preferences. Some people like the patio with the ground level entry. While some people might like the balcony, since there's no one on top of you. You've got assigned parking, and you know, it's not plentiful parking, but there is street parking as well. So I'll take you a little cruise around the neighborhood. We've got a couple of visitor parking spots. There again, there's street parking out here. In the background you'll see Columbia Pike, which is a feeder street that takes you into Washington Boulevard, and that way it'll connect you with Interstate 395, take you into DC. So this is just a little bit of a side view of the neighborhood. Across the way here is another townhouse community. These were built in the 80s. They're a little bit more expensive. They're fee simple instead of condominium, so that could be more desirable for some people. You pay a little bit more money but save on the monthly fee. So as you can see, there's a lot of pretty good opportunities for street parking. Another thing Arlington has is they've got a program called Capital Bike Share. They have this bike rental station. There's numerous stations throughout the county, so you can just pay a little money in the machine here and take a bike out for a spin and then deliver it to another station somewhere else. So here's the other townhouse community across the way, and here's a little bit another view of West Hampton Mews. So it's a small little pocket of the neighborhood along Columbia Pike in Arlington, and we're basically going to end up back at Towers Park where we started this video. Here comes a county caravan of utility vehicles, so I think I'll probably cut the video off now, and we'll meet you at the next one. So we're here at our second property. In back of me is the subject, 3907 9th Road South. You can see the little pumpkins on the front porch, and this particular community has 96 units. It was built in 1986. So this particular property is listed for $585. You've got 1,632 square feet, and that's on all three levels. There's a main level, upstairs level, and a finished basement. There's 2 bedrooms up with 2 full baths, a half bath on the main level, half bath in the basement. Your condo fee is $600 a month. Now it's a little higher, and it doesn't have any amenities, so there's no pool, tennis courts, but you do have some county facilities nearby. So also in this neighborhood, besides the 3-level townhouses, you've got in back of me, and I'll turn my camera around, you've got 2-story units, and then there's a 1-story unit stacked on the bottom. So you can see the 2 entry doors, and those go to the 2-story units, and then there's the 1-story unit which has its own entry. So this particular row backs up to Columbia Pike, so it's a little noisy in the back. I'll take you a walk around the neighborhood, and you can see just a little bit about how it's laid out. There's assigned parking. You've got 1 parking space, and then there's guest parking. So I'd say the downside of a neighborhood like this is just lack of parking. So if you have guests or you have a big family, you just have to park on the street, which isn't bad, but it's not convenient. So you can see in back of us, this is the Alcova Heights single-family neighborhood. It's been around since 1940, actually built earlier than that. This neighborhood was built in 1986, so it's sort of an addition to the neighborhood. So we'll see what we can do about giving you a little view of the backyard here. So this is kind of what the backs look like. You've got a little common pathway to get to the different units. So you get a little patio out back. Some people have ground level decks, and then you have a little common area that the association manages and takes care of. So I won't go too far back. You don't want to disturb too many of the neighbors here. So I wouldn't call this a new neighborhood, but it's certainly newer than a lot of the older housing stock in Arlington County, built in the 40s and 50s and 60s. I'll take you for a little cruise around this immediate neighborhood, and then we can see our next property. Okay, we're at our next property. This is 2028 South Quincy Street. It's in Douglas Park. So Douglas Park is an established community, and this particular home was built in 1950. Douglas Park has some older homes and some newer homes, but predominantly we're probably talking about average age in the 50s. This particular house is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. It's got 2,500 square feet on 3 levels. There's an attic, although as you can see from the roof line, there's not a lot of space. Some people do a dormer window, and the dormer window allows you a little bit more flexibility. I don't know if you can see the one across the street, but this is called a Cape Cod house. So the upstairs level is counted sort of like a half a story in the square footage theme. The lot is about 5,227 square feet, about 1.2 acres. And as I said, it's 525. The home needs some work. So basically, in this neighborhood, your median average price is about $865,000. So this home is a little smaller and needs some work. So I can take you through the backyard. This is a vacant property, and just to kind of show you the lay of the land. So this particular street is sloped. The houses across the street slope up, and this particular lot slopes down. So you have a little bit of a level spot in the yard, and then you can see the lot drops off. And you can see the neighbors' houses, the tops of their houses. This is just a hilly neighborhood. So as you can see, you've got the basement walkout, the main level, and then the upstairs level. There's a little window up there on the upstairs level. You can't really see it that well. The yard is pretty well fenced off. You've got, like I said, the lot slopes down in the back, and there's a chain link back there. So this house is a little rough. You've got some stair-step cracks in the foundation, and that sometimes happens in these hilly areas. So you can see the cracking in the wall there, and also some cracking in the block wall that connects with the fence. This particular wall here is kind of leaning, and there's some cracking, as you can see. So yeah, this house needs some work, but it's an opportunity for somebody to fix it up, update it. It's kind of one of these shared driveway arrangements. And the asphalt is a little rough. But as you can see from the houses across the street, they kind of sit up off and slope up. And you've got Walter Reed Drive over here. It's a main feeder road. So you do get a little traffic noise in this location. May not be for everybody. But these are kind of a symbolic, smaller type of home in this neighborhood. I'll drive you around when we're done here, and you can see an example of what some of the as-is homes look like, and then a lot of people have added on, and there are some new builds also as well in this neighborhood. So we'll take a little cruise, and then we'll meet you the next one. Here at our last property. This is 5101 10th Street South. It's in Columbia Forest, and Columbia Forest was built back in the 40s. The homes are basically small cinder block built 2-story homes. Some of them have basements, some of them don't. Most of them have been covered with siding of some sorts. This one has vinyl siding. There's a few of the original construction of the cinder block home, and we'll take a quick peek at one next door. This property here has been, it's a flip. Someone bought it and fixed it up. So basically the house itself is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. It's got 860 square feet, kind of small, and you're looking at a lot of about 5,181, 1.2 acres. So this is a sort of a starter home neighborhood in Arlington. Probably one of the most affordable neighborhoods you'll find. You can see the one next door. That's cinder block, just painted. And looks like someone's doing some rehab on that one. The one next door is in pretty good shape. And you can look around this. We're in a little cul-de-sac. So I'll take you for a little spin around the yard. It's predominantly fenced. You've got some decent privacy back here. A lot of tall trees. Pretty basic house here, not much to it. You've got a rear stoop. Someone could do a deck or a patio. Next door you can see what the original houses look like. They were all built like this with cinder block. I mean, they're solid construction. This particular section of the neighborhood is built on crawl spaces, so there's no basements. There's another section of the neighborhood that does have a basement, which is certainly more utilitarian. People finish them off or at least have some storage. That house looks like it's in pretty nice shape. And like I said, this one here is being remodeled, rehabbed. So that's it for now. That's it for today's tour. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. And I'll take you for a little cruise on our way out of here. Take care.